Welcome back, guys. Day 2 of the show weekend. We got settled in our Airbnb. Everyone's checked in this morning and plans have been sent across. Dan from Essex Muscle Management is arriving soon, who's going to be doing drainage massages on everyone. So Creed first, then Paige, then Charlotte, which is basically going to be bringing out the full details in the physique. I'll get him to run through everyone individually in terms of what he's doing specifically for them, as it'll be a good insight for the camera. Registration's today, so getting there around 5 o'clock. We got Creed first, then his tan, and then the girls are up doing their registration and tanning. But they're going to be a nice chill day today, just check-ins throughout meals as well, so we'll try and capture some of them. Catch you later on in the video.
Do a quarter turn so I can see your chest, like really tight on your chest. That's it. Yeah, so we've got a little bit, we can pull some of this out. Okay, relax, relax, relax. Let me have a look at your back. See this sort of bit here? We're just going to try and make that look a bit better. Cool. Alright, sweet. Quads, abs, chest. Yeah, cool. Let's just start beating you up. Lay on your back, face up for me, and we'll start on the legs. Dodging the muscle, almost, and you're dodging the actual muscle fibres.
Right.
And you're trying to go between. So if you flex again for me. So we're trying to pull through these. You see that line is looking nicer than that line already. That's just like after a minute. Relax, relax, relax. But obviously when you're getting them to tense and getting them to look at that, you don't want to get them to hold it too long and flatten him off. So yeah, kind of trying to get into the fibres, so a little bit too wet there on the top. So you kind of want to push enough to get rid of extracellular water, so the water outside the muscle cell. But you don't want to push too hard to bring the intracellular water out, because otherwise that'll round off even worse. Yep. So it's kind of a bit of both, really. Kind of. It's not something you can just go into each client and just do the same application on. Every single person's different. It's kind of hard to teach as well. I wish I could teach it, but like, it's kind of just feel. Yeah, it's kind of like you could look at me and go, that many carbs. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Why that many carbs? Because I know that many carbs. You know?
And I guess as well, you're looking at insertions of the muscle points, whereas someone's VMO maybe like there, whereas his VMO's right up there.
Yeah, it's
so again,
huge.
It's,
yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes when we hit on your abs, there might be a little pop that might be painful. Just don't worry about it. It can feel horrible, but like I know it's fine.
What would you say like the onset time is from working on a tissue to like it starts coming out to then maintain
so you can
that
rush
dryness?
it. You could rush it. So if you, that's why I always say to people straight up: is have a hot shower. I mean, like have a hot bath, hot shower, because you can rush it out and it stays out. So usually you'll find by the time I get kind of halfway through that leg, this will start happening. So 20 minutes or so.
And how long does that typically last for? No, it's obviously individual.
You'll keep it as long as the carbs being kept in and everything. Once the condition's there, the condition's there. Once the water's pushed out of those areas, it should piss out. It shouldn't come back in. So as long as everything's managed in the peak, then it's sweet. And typically, your athletes, this is the thing, like, I'll get some people go, can I have a pre-chain flush? And you turn up and they're fat. Not fat, but they're not on.
You don't bring out what's there,
And you're like, I can take you from 60% to 65%. Whereas if you've got someone that you bring to me at, let's say, even 85%, I can take to 100. You know, the jump is bigger when the athlete's further along. Well, there is a signature sound that you get with Adriana because she is the leanest person ever. And the blade, when you pass it through the leg, it makes like that sound because the skin's so thin. Yeah, there's 2 people I've treated that have had that sound. My client Cliff and Adriana.
The one that went for the NABA?
Yeah.
I shoot it in, he's got a nice dry look.
Yeah, and it's that really bear in mind I've done thousands of these. Like, there's 2 people that have had that sound. It's the weirdest thing for me to, when I'll treat someone, like, did you hear that? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's rare. It's not lymphatic drainage. A lot of people will hear pre-show flush and go lymphatic flush. It uses the lymph system, it uses lymphatic stuff, but it's not lymphatic flush. I'm not directly doing that whole flushy thing just toward the lymph nodes and that sort of thing, because it's also, lymphatic flush is generally just pushing everything out indiscriminate of anything else, whereas I am discriminating between how much volume of water's in the muscle compared to what's outside the muscle. It's a little bit more thought in it than lymphatic flush.
Okay, so water-wise, I've had about 3 litres of water so far. Food-wise, I've had meal 1 and meal 2. Had meal 2 at 11:15.
Cool.
And then we had meal 3.
Do a quad flex first. Have one. Yeah. Cool. Good. Yep. Thought so. Yep. Yep. You can see the wrap round at the fibres there. Coming around in the side shot. I've noticed it in your fasted ones as well. It's good. We'll just cut the water a little bit harder from this evening because I know the difference in your rear shot now. You can see it after meal 2 compared to how sharp it was in the morning to now. Yeah, already just between that 2 now.
Really, yeah.
Right, with this, don't flex too hard. I just want you to hold them a little bit. Just it gives me a little bit, because otherwise I'm going to dig into your stomach. So just hold them a bit. Up here, obviously, it's not going to be too bad, but yeah, that's cool. So we'll start by doing the edges of them, and then we'll go individually into each striation of each one.
I suppose it's similar in a way. You know how like you'll do a pump session to draw the glycogen into the muscle? It's very similar to that in the sense of you're just guiding the detail of where to push through.
There is twofold. There is obviously one where I'm talking about this whole mechanical removing of water, but then there's also actually just stimulating and touching the muscle to move stuff around. So yeah, it does kind of work in both ways. If you get knackered holding your abs, though, just let me know. I don't want you to hold them and find yourself. As long as you can talk and breathe, it won't be too hard.
Just passes out.
Yeah. That's fine, the body's still here. So like, as long as you just don't go cold and... warm it up quickly. Relax the arm a bit. We want this as relaxed as you can possibly keep it as well.
Can you tell the difference between like natural muscle and...
Yeah, massively. And it's sad because obviously, like, there is a softer quality to it, but it still looks... It's hard to say soft in bodybuilding because soft kind of is like watery or fat, but like, it's not that. There is just a quality to the muscle that just, it seems to have a nicer softness. It's such a hard thing to say because I don't mean soft as in what bodybuilders would call soft. But yeah, a natural bodybuilder, I can usually touch them straight away and go, are you natural? Because it's weird, because they'll look obviously amazing still. So yeah, it's hard to explain. An enhanced bodybuilder can be harder, but then you get, there's a difference between a bodybuilder and a roid head, right? And a roid head is just like, one of those fucking geezers, and they're fucking rock solid. And you're like, why? You're smaller than me, but you're rock solid. And that's just roided out muscle. And I don't know what the physical like property would be like to the actual muscle, why it's harder, but it just seems to have this horrible texture to it.
Then you've got the context of the pinning locations that you find. Oh, you like this over here?
Am I natural?
Yeah, you are.
In blood, not in skin.
You can feel she's a bit leaner compared to Creed. I think it could even be skin difference, it could even just be like genetics difference. Black guys generally have thicker skin, that sort of thing. So you can feel a lot more going on. So I don't have to press as hard, I don't have to do so much. You can feel difference between, like, you know, when you had like Creed's left leg was not as dense as his right leg. It's almost like that again. It's like the next stage. Imagine there was another leg even further along. It's kind of where we're like here. So if you tense for me, Paige. So like that's rock solid. Relax, relax, relax. So really, it's going to be less trying to dig intracellular out and more. Well, it's still intracellular, but I'm trying to push more generally, like everything off, because everything in there is quite hard and dense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more going to be just closer to the lymphatic flush. There you can see, like there's already like nice amount of leanness already through there. Whereas Creed, I think probably could have had a couple more percentages, but that's obviously what you get from the athlete. Whereas Paige is pretty spot on, so just gotta generally push water through you.
Fuck off, man, go.
Hips really over the top, so like come firm, and now I'm stopping it.
Yeah.
It's good. The only time I'll ever get to flex is sometimes when I lose. You can lose striations. Obviously, someone's like absolutely like your mum, and you're just sitting there straight at it.
Do the quad stuff. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, wow.
It's a visual thing where you can see like when they start bouncing,
Put some,
and like or when he tensed, it stayed up. It didn't chill out afterwards, and I had to actually like basically you have it's meant to be sliding filament theory, but you have myosin and actin. So that muscles down to a molecular level are literally that. That's what they do. But if the electrolyte balance is off, they'll grab and get stuck, and that's basically where he's at. So yeah, the salt and water allows the myosin to let go of the actin so it can actually move. It's a bit of nerd shit there. You've got really long femur as well.
Yeah, that's why I lean forward when I squat, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot there, so you have to get over your knees.
Yeah, I do quite a lot.
Really over
That's I think why Cal put squats on my pull and glutes day. Hey, because when I lean forward, it's a glute bias.
Yeah, because your lower leg's really short.
All right.
Yeah, you freak. I actually don't want to do this.
Well, in theory, that should mean that I'd probably have nice bubbly calves, right?
Yeah.
Where are they at? Never trained calves a day in my life until I met Cal.
Oh, calves don't count. Like if you've either got them or you don't have
It
them.
is literally like
no one on stage
99%
has them,
genetics.
no one cares. Like,
It's
the
always
judges
some
don't even
uncle
care.
that loves like baggy cargo shorts and
Yeah.
has the best calves as well.
Yeah, some fat uncle on the barbecue.
Yeah, literally.
Typically, like, so this massage would feel a little bit better, a little bit more satisfying.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is make you look better and feel better.
Yeah,
So, where like, so for example, I'm here between the
Yeah.
rec fem. Normally, you wouldn't do that. Normally, I'd be on the actual head of the muscle, making it feel nice.
But that just makes it inflamed, right?
Yeah, well, you can. There's a bit of both. You do want to sometimes be on there because there is obviously stuff between the fibres. But really, what we're trying to do is dodge the meat of the muscle and try and push out extracellular stuff between. Good.
Good.
Good. We're getting drier.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm so thirsty. Oh, when am I supposed to have my feet out last meal? I think.
Yeah, no.
My feet max.
Wake up.
Yeah, good.
I don't want to tip them up, otherwise I'm going to smudge.
380, baby.
Strikes to 12, 64, 5. Step just like watch there. Here it is. Thank you.
So guys, I've got Shah back on the cam, and this time pre-show rather than post-show. What's your pre-stage thoughts and how you feeling about tomorrow?
I'm really excited. I'm a little bit apprehensive this time, just because I feel like it's a bit more of a serious show.
But it's going to be fun regardless. I know that we've got quite a small amount of us competing. But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm really excited to share the stage with Paige as well. That'll be good.
And as it's your last show, what do you feel like you've learnt from doing, obviously, the previous 2 shows coming into this one? Like, what are you taking from the previous 2 experiences coming into this?
To try, I think, especially from the last 2 Bros one that I did, I need to try and be... I don't know, maybe it was a bit dependent on the time of the show, because last time we literally set from like 9:30, but to be more present on the stage, because my second PCA show, so the Naturals, the day after my first one, like, I just remember being so present on the stage, and it was really, really nice, and I really, like, took in the whole day, whereas 2 Bros, I think, yeah, I don't know, A, it felt a bit more serious, and B, I just remember going on the stage, and I don't remember doing anything, I don't remember posing or anything, so I want to try and just be, like, really on it tomorrow.
Yeah, anything in terms of, like, personally that you want to improve with, like, either posing, performance? Obviously, I know you said being more present. Anything, like, you've learned lesson-wise from the previous 2 shows?
Don't slack on mobility and stretching. Don't slack on your posing stamina, because when you're up there, and it's just a completely different, like, kettle of fish when you're standing on the stage and you've got all that adrenaline running through you. Like, it's all well and good practicing on your own in the gym. Yeah. But, yeah, when you're on the stage, like, the crampy calves and stuff, like, you just need to make sure that you're ready for that, and kind of practicing and holding your poses for as long as possible really helps with that.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm going to go deeper on the question.
Oh my God.
What would you say is, like, the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in this prep? Because not even just doing prep, to be fair, because, like, the whole time we've been working together, you've constantly, like, raised the bar and pushed yourself to the point where, like, you've taken things to a new level every phase that we've gone through. Like, what do you think is the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in this process?
With a really deep answer is that I'm capable of doing so much more than I believe that I am, and I think I've lived my life with a lot of doubt in myself, and, like, constantly, like, questioning myself, and prep, it just challenges you, like, in a new level, and, like, you know, from an outsider's perspective, people just see it as, oh, you know, you're just dieting and stepping on a stage, but oh my God, like, it's one of the hardest things you ever do, and I kind of took that with a pinch of salt when people said that to me before, but it really is, and you learn a lot of patience. You have to be so patient with people, because when you're stripped back to that kind of level of being so raw and so vulnerable, you learn to grow and mature and be a better person on a whole anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I think, like, when you're pushing yourself to the extreme and you feel, I don't want to say uncomfortable every day, but you're challenging yourself every day. Like, every day to get through isn't easy on prep, especially towards the latter end. So it's like you're waking up, you're like, right, I've got to get through this day. And then every little thing which seems easy to normal people is a challenge to get through. So yeah, it just builds the confidence as you go through.
And also, if you want something, and if you want it bad enough, you'll do what it takes as well. Like, you have to be so accurate and precise with everything on prep, and, like, you know, I can get home from a full day of coaching and I might have been doing loads of physical activity, but I haven't done my steps. So I get home, my legs feel like lead, and it's that kind of the mental resilience that you build is just ridiculous. Like, I would have, like, before, when I used to work in shops and stuff, like, I'd come home, be absolutely dead, I'd just sit on the sofa. I come home from coaching all day, and I'm like, oh, I've still got 3,000 steps to tick off. And it's picking yourself up and pulling yourself when your legs aren't moving. It's that kind of resilience that I've learned about myself, and that's the kind of biggest thing I've taken out of this, and that I love so much about my prep, because it has just really, really built up my resilience so much.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. Yeah. And a little bit of a segue, coming into the prep, and I'm sure a lot of girls watching this will relate to it, may feel like, I'm not wellness, or I'm not big enough to prep yet. I know there were some thoughts that you had previous to starting this. Like, what would your advice be to anyone watching that's, like, wanting to pursue wellness, or not sure if they've got the size yet to compete?
With wellness, the first thing you'll come across is a lot of people going, are you sure you're going to be wellness? Like, because maybe from their experience, they might have had their legs shrink and stuff. Just try and diet down and speak to a good coach. Find someone who knows. Also, what was that point? Find someone who knows what they're talking about. Find someone who's got an eye for wellness athletes as well. And if they're a coach, and, like, see what athletes they carry, because you get specific coaches who might specialise with more kind of bikini girls and stuff. So find someone who knows what they're talking about first of all. And just don't doubt yourself. Like, if you want to pursue wellness, like, it is one of those categories that, unfortunately, you might have to take a bit longer to grow into. But if you've got, as I said, if you want something bad enough, you'll do it. And, you know, regardless of how long that takes, you know, I'm just lucky. I did a lot of sport before, and a lot of like hockey and stuff, and I love lifting. So, yeah, I kind of had that base level, but I still need to grow. You know, anybody can grow, and like that's the beauty of bodybuilding. There's always improvements to make. Excuse me, it's because you smell me. But no, there's always room to grow, and there's always room for improvement. And like coming into the shows as well, take on the feedback in a positive way. Like, don't think of it as a negative thing. Like, I'm literally so excited to get my feedback tomorrow. Like, that's one of the biggest things I'm excited for, just so I can then grow again and like work on myself. And it's that kind of process of like being able to improve yourself more and more, which I've just grown to really, really love about this thing.
Awesome. And then one final bit, like work ethic wise and mindset wise, obviously you work pretty like full on job, a lot of like mental, physical energy. How would you say you juggle both and you're able to kind of like get in the zone for work, get in the zone for prep? Like, how would you say like on a work ethic mentality, like you've got through the prep?
Well, first of all, like with my job, I mean, as you know, with clients, you've got no choice. Like, you've got people that are relying on you and people who have put their faith in you to give them a result. So you can't just say, oh, sorry, I'm in prep, can't help you.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, your job is what puts the bread on the table. That's what's going to be paying for you to do this prep, and bodybuilding is not a cheap sport. So, you know, you have to stay kind of locked in with that and have to help people. And I think I've just always had that mentality of like, I really love helping people. So for me, if anything, I've ended up putting other people first. And I've had to do a few things, like on WhatsApp Business, I've had to create an away message. So if people are messaging me at like 10 o'clock at night and I'm not working, I'm like, it just sends it like, hey, I'll reply to you when I'm back into work on Monday. But you have to set boundaries with your clients, but equally don't take the piss and, you know, respect that they've got goals just like you have, and the goals that they're working towards are just as important as yours are, even though, yeah, you like, a lot of people kind of take on that bodybuilding mentality like, oh yeah, I'm the priority.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know, a goal's a goal, and if you've set out to help someone, then you've got to do that. So yeah, I just don't have a choice, basically.
Yeah, you balanced it perfectly. I really feel like you have with work and prep.
Thanks, man.
And lastly, on like a show standpoint, I think I worked it out earlier, we're 1.7 kilos lighter than we was for the first show. Stat-wise, I'm pretty sure it was when I worked it out. So we're a hell of a lot leaner, which we set this out to be like this date time frame wise to be like where we're coming in 100%. And you'll see tomorrow in the check-ins, guys, like it's a different level of condition we're bringing now. Side poses are crazy. So like we've done everything we can this season to bring the best. The results that we've got on stage have also proven that. So tomorrow's the last dance. Let's get it.
Let's go.
The title of men's bodybuilding overall champion, of women's wellness overall champion, here and new IFBB Pro to athlete number